Cheers. Happy Friday. Field trip. So, field trip Friday.
Oh, what's that? Is that freshman year of college right there?
I'll never outgrow or ever be too good to drink a Keystone Light. You know what I mean? I don't think you can be. So
I'm not going out of my way for one.
No.
But if there's one, it's beer.
I mean, look, it's probably the best beer, all-day drinking beer to me. Right? Like if I know, we're going to drink 18 beers today.
I ain't gonna waste the heat.
Then we're going to. No, I get it. Then we're going to go Keystone Light. So what are we doing today? We're trying something different. Field trip Friday. Field trip Friday.
Yeah.
Nothing extravagant. Hey, let's go out. Let's go out to Woodland Beach. Let's have a tailgate breakfast
on the old. We could probably do some crack. How many Keystones we have?
There's a chance. So tailgate breakfast on the box body Chevy.
87 Chevy, baby.
Dude.
Custom. This is
what a great year. What a great year.
That's one of the best.
We talked coming in here.
It sounds phonetically good.
You got carpet. You got air conditioner. You got power windows.
Yeah.
Fuck. This thing was
the guy that I got it from, RIP, was an awesome dude. Like, he had like Playboy calendars behind the seat.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you leave them?
Oh yeah, it's still in there.
Oh, right.
I can go right there. Grab it right now.
That's awesome. I love it.
I didn't change a thing. And actually, last night, someone, his name was Dave, and I'd imagine he was a single guy for all his life. I'd imagine some weird stuff happening up in this cab.
Got to.
And
probably finger stuff. Probably mouth stuff.
And like everybody's like, man, why don't you like lift that thing up and do all this? I'm like, because I like the guy I got it from. I'm gonna respectfully keep it tight. Yeah. It's a time capsule to me.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that for sure.
Yeah. So field trips. This is the first run. A little like, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's
How much bacon you putting in there?
All of it, bitch. I ain't coming home with shit. Fucking all of it.
So what we got today? We got
the point
bacon.
Of this bacon is to first fatten up.
You got to get the grease.
Got to get the grease.
Yeah.
So it looks like a lot right now, but it'll all shrink up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to get the grease going, and then I'm gonna cook. This ain't my first fucking rodeo. I mean, so don't be staring at my shit like that all long term and shit, all right? Fucking damn. You know what I mean?
So bacon. We got some deer steak. We got some eggs, and we're gonna talk about field trips. Because when you were a kid, field trips were the shit. That was the best. Right? When you had to get that permission slip signed and you were going to go somewhere, Hagley Museum, Cape Henlopen, maybe the zoo.
I think one of our first ones was definitely Bombay Hook. I think second grade we did Bombay Hook.
Yeah.
And that seemed like magic because I had just come down from Newcastle.
Yeah.
Going into second grade.
Yeah.
And then they go to Bombay, like, I didn't even know this kind of life.
Yeah.
Like the mud crabs, seeing all the marsh, all the. I mean, that exposure right there probably got me into the outdoors, just on that.
So what time of year was that? Do you remember?
No.
It had to be springtime. It had to be warm. We want to take you out there in the winter.
Yeah, probably springtime.
Was there a lot of birds there? A lot of ducks and geese?
Bitch, I was second grade. I don't know.
Yeah. So
All I remember is, wow, this is like.
It's a lot of land here.
This is
a lot of water.
Absolutely different.
Yeah.
I knew the beach, but I didn't know the mud. I didn't know the marsh. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then they had all the stuff you could stare at, and all the taxidermy decoys and whatever. And, but yeah, I think the most is just seeing the crabs, seeing the mud, and seeing like the little animals living.
Yeah.
You read about them, but you get to see them live.
That's a big piece of land too.
Yeah.
Like 16,000 acres or something like that. And I remember reading, this is a while back, the original piece of what is Bombay Hook, when it was private, was bought for like a little bit of money, black powder, and muskrat pelts. It was like exchanged to purchase that land from somebody, the natives or somebody. And it was originally.
You're saying natives, like going way back.
Like this was, and I wish I could remember exactly what it was, but I know there was gunpowder and muskrat pelts were involved in the purchase of the original pieces of
muskrat holding a lot of weight back then.
Dude, think about that. Yeah, did you trap muskrat?
No, eating plenty.
Yeah.
What kind of seems crazy is that
I can't believe you never got into trapping them.
I've had opportunities to go out. It's never worked out.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun.
You know what's crazy about that is when I played ball in West Virginia, the quarterback's dad was like, "Hey, you're the boy from Delaware." I was like, "Yeah." He's he's like, I go to Delaware every year to hunt muskrat. I'm like, no fucking shit.
Wow,
I'm like,
that's
you
wild.
serious? Yeah, he was just telling me what they would do is a big old cane pole, little traps, low tide,
Convos traps. Yep.
But yeah, I was like, that's crazy that guy came here just for muskrats.
That's wild. Yeah.
That's when you learn someone's dad's like real outdoorsman. Like if you're coming up here to get the muskrat, like this dude's like, he's got a different palate.
It's a good, it's a fun thing to do. I never did it for money or serious. I run like a dozen or so traps just to stay outside, right? Like hunting season's over into January, trapping goes to March. So like that extra month, you can get outside, do some things, get into marsh. I enjoy eating them. Family enjoys eating them.
If I told Candace plenty of times, I tell a lot of people, I said, I could definitely trick you with muskrat if you could make it so that the bones were all picked out, all the little bones. But I made you a roast beef sandwich.
Oh,
you wouldn't say this is gamey. You'd say, "Oh, what'd you put in here? It's a little different." That's it. You would never know. Because other than that, it is good.
Just dark meat.
It's just tougher to get through because there's a lot of little bones in it that you got to get through.
What's your favorite way to eat muskrat?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I only really used to do it at the wagon wheel.
Yeah.
After they got renovated, they used to serve like a nice mashed potato gravy with it.
Yeah. And you're eating it like wings off the bone. Pick up the chunk. Yeah. That's my favorite way. I don't like it pulled off or anything.
And then Roger Holt maybe won. I think he maybe deep fried them. Maybe I don't know. They're just pulling chunks off, man. Just it was good.
No, that's went to the muskrat dinner in January. I don't even know what the fuck it was for. Shriners or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, muskrat dinner in Cheswold. It was good. And then, it's funny to see a lot of people, because at muskrat dinners, they always serve.
I haven't been to one. This is
you can get fried chicken.
It's just,
you can either get fried chicken or you can get muskrat.
You get a little warm up.
Well, and you got like
a little warm up protein to get ready for that. Get the palate all chickened up, and then I'll get ready to dive into muskrat.
Well, that's what's funny, because like people will go, they'll go up there. You get in line for the buffet, and the ladies ask you, "What do you want?" And the guys that eat chicken, you're like, "You fucking pussy! Just eat the goddamn muskrat, you pussy!" But anyway, got all off topic. So field trips, man. That was a magical time when you were a kid.
Do you like, what were some that you went on?
So man, when I was that young, I was in school up north. So I do remember Hagley Museum a bunch of times. It's just like old colonial Delaware stuff. So you're like downtown, like Newcastle? No, that was something different. We did that too. Historic old Newcastle.
Yeah.
It's like a Battery Park and the little things there. We did that a lot. Philadelphia Zoo. What's the other one? The garden up there. Fuck, why is it? I don't know why it's escaping me. Where they have the lights at Christmas time.
Oh, that horrible place. Gosh, what a horrible place to go to. You know what?
As a kid,
I remember taking a field trip there.
It's terrible as a kid. Like, if you're a kid, like, I want to fucking look at flowers.
What grade? That was. We went in 6th grade. Oh my gosh. And I'd been there before. I knew where we were going. It's the worst place ever. I'm like, we're staring at plants.
Yeah.
Longwood Gardens is awful.
So honestly, I think the only time I've ever gotten in trouble, on a field trip was there, because I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
And what's a fucking 6th grade boy give a shit about at Longwood Gardens? And I remember they had a mini orange tree, and this little tree produced these little tiny mini oranges, and I was picking them, stuffing them in my pocket, peeling them and eating them on the field trip, because that's why not? I mean, what else is there to do? And I remember I got in trouble. Got a phone call home, the whole 9 yards. I think you're stopping some airflow.
Yeah.
We'll just take it off.
Flew a little bit. And don't fucking worry about what's happening here.
Right,
you have a lot of judgment on this shit.
I mean, look, man. I can teach you, but you gotta want to learn.
You know what I mean? I live on the land. I use what I got. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got in trouble at there?
Yeah, it's the only time I got in trouble on a field trip for picking and eating oranges off a little mini tree. I remember it was tiny. It was like this tall. It was little tiny, like tangerine looking oranges. I mean, there's food there. You're supposed to eat it, right? Otherwise, why?
Speaking of trouble, I did not go on a lot of field trips.
Yeah.
I always got myself in trouble.
Did you choose the day off? We're like, I'm not fucking doing that. Everybody's going.
When I was, one of the like I can remember so sad is man, I feel it as a parent today still. I can feel like that gut feeling, and I felt it as a kid. we had a second grade field trip, and they were going. I don't remember where I was going, and I was so excited to go.
Yeah.
And typical me, I never got the permission slip signed. My dad worked at that place was Power Logistics, and it was all Oscar Mayer food. So he would get me these big bags, and every Lunchable, anything you think Oscar Mayer, it was in that bag. I had it. I was ready to rock. And what's her name was like, you didn't get your permission slip signed. I'm like, so I sat. Everyone left.
In the school?
I sat in the school by myself the whole day. And I was so sad. I was like, man, my dad, like, no one knows I didn't even go. And he made me this whole big meal. Like, took this time. I was a kid thinking, like, he made this whole thing for me, man. I didn't get the permission slip signed.
What a disappointment.
It was a very, very sad day. And I'm thinking about all the kids, like, you know, man, I get to go, see new stuff. But from that moment on, I never had a permission slip problem.
No,
I'll tell you why.
That'll teach you.
Because I signed them myself. Yeah. Oh yeah. There was never that permission slip, anything. I was like, I'll go ahead and sign that. My dad was left-handed like me, same signature.
Yeah,
so I was like, we're good here.
Yeah.
So that but going forward, I missed almost all of them in middle school.
Yeah, I didn't go a whole lot. Yeah, I didn't go on a whole lot in middle school. I really just didn't want to. You know,
I was always in trouble. And I'm not like a jerk. I'm just very ornery. Yeah. And then like middle school, definitely too many detentions.
Yeah.
For being a little bit too ornery. I missed out on probably some good ones. I do remember a good one we went to, which is what's the one with the big old heart? The Washington?
Fucking Franklin Institute.
Franklin Institute. That one was so cool.
Dude, that one.
I finally got to hit one. I was like, I'm in the field trip. I finally made it. Like, we're here. You know, and I got to walk through everything.
That's a good one. So we recently went there, like, not even a year ago. Actually, it was last summer, like last August, middle of the week. They had a Harry Potter thing at the Franklin Institute.
Yeah.
So Charlotte, Pam, love Harry Potter. Went up there for the day. After we hit the Harry Potter exhibit, we went through the museum. The heart's still there, and it's wild because when you're a kid, you remember it's so fucking big. And now, like, I walk through that thing, you walk through the hallways, like your shoulders are touching either side of the hallway, and like these little tiny stairs. Like, damn, I remember this thing being a lot bigger.
And I think too, as a kid, for the field trips, that promoted like just knowing the world is different. You can think different. You get to see. You finally like see things that you hear about,
especially the cities, because we're not around cities. So a trip to like Philly when you're 9 years old is pretty wild. Man.
I do remember we took a trip to. I think we did. So in high school, we did Philly. I think we went downtown Philly. I think we would.
Like touring the historical
Yeah, we
shit.
actually went around everywhere.
Yeah, we've done that.
I think we did like Ready Market and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and that's when you got the proper parent. Somebody's parent, dude. Yeah. And then we're like, it's on. We ain't following no rules. We're about to by ourselves. We're running off like it's on.
Do you see? My mom was always a chaperone.
Really?
Couldn't do that. Yeah. Yeah, my mom was always a chaperone. I don't think, when I was in grade school, I don't think my mom was ever not a chaperone.
She probably knew your wild ass. She's like, after you fucking ate all the, you know what I mean? You had you had the what's it, Charlie and Chocolate Factory problem, dude. You know what I mean? They're eating the product.
Oh, we got, speaking of eating, the lunches you got packed for the field trips. Horrible. Why did everybody have a can of soda that was wrapped in aluminum foil? Was that a thing when you were a kid? When you go and like the kid, you pull the brown paper bag lunch, and like somebody's mom packed them a soda, and it was wrapped in fucking foil.
That's your thermal.
Is that what it is? Is that the 1987 Yeti?
I would think that because if you have I'm gonna tell you why that happens. Because you have a cold drink come out and it would sweat in the brown bag. And then so it fall through the bag.
Must be why.
I just thought of that now. Sound professional. Could have sold that all day, baby. Come
on. You could have, but you're not a liar.
No. Yeah. So I remember a lot of bad sandwiches. Like just to fucking pick the bag. I'm like, let's eat this hot ass ham and mustard, cheese sandwiches, or fucking just a peanut butter jelly all mashed up.
Smashed the fuck. Tastes like
That's
plastic.
That's what I was so sad my dad, dude. When we used to go field trips, my dad worked at Power Electronics. Dude, I had like crack. I was like, yo, I got the Lunchable. I got the pizza. I remember when Pizza Lunchable came out.
Dude, see, that wasn't even a thing when I was a kid.
I had like, I mean, I had cryptocurrency before it was a thing.
Yeah.
I was already trading. I mean, I was like, I got the Pizza Lunchable, dude. Like, I'll take 24 snack packs.
Everyone thought you were rich.
Thought I was rich.
Dude, they thought you were rich.
Speaking of not being rich, I never had money. The one thing that made me sad, not sad, I'm glad I probably should do the same stuff. Do you ever think about not giving your kids opportunities to have them feel humbled?
Yeah.
I'll tell you where I always got humbled is like I never had money for like the gift shops and all that. People were like, you need it, like I'm gonna go they buy all the stuff and all this like the big wacky, because that was the time we get like the wacky cool toys you could only buy. Back then you could only buy those cool different toys if you were in the museum or you were in that place.
Dude, I remember buying fucking rock candy at the Franklin Institute. That's like all I bought.
See the airflow,
dude. Airflow. I wonder if the mics are picking up the sizzle. Can you hear the sizzle? That's a good sound.
We're just not wasting heat. This is perfect.
Speaking of that, they heard that.
They definitely heard that.
So speaking of that, so Charlotte just went on a field trip. You know, Charlotte's 9. She's in 3rd grade.
I'll be hiding from my ass.
She
bag blowing around.
She's in 3rd grade. They went to the Philadelphia Zoo. Neither one of us could chaperone, so she was on her own.
Okay.
Which I kind of like that, right? Because I always had a chaperone. Not that I hated my mom going, but I like that she's going somewhere without us. I trust who she's with. She's going to be taken care of. But I like that she gets to kind of go outside of her comfort zone, her geographical area, kind of without her parents. But no, and talking about the gift shop thing, right? So she needed, make sure I have money for the gift shop. I remember giving her what did she have? I think she had $20. And
how far does that get you now?
Dude, I don't know, but it's even to me, I'm like, damn, that kind of seems like a lot, but I guess it really isn't. But I would never. I guess it is just different, but like I can't imagine my parents giving me $20 for a gift shop. It was like a couple dollars.
Dude, I missed.
She didn't spend it all.
My mom would leave out lunch money in the morning, like this little cubby, and I so often would forget to grab it, and I didn't have lunch money. I just stopped putting the shit out, which taught me how to finagle my way into a lunch.
Yeah, you may look, man. You gotta find a way to win.
Yeah, I mean, look, middle school, still can tell you a story. In middle school, dude, I would, especially our last year, which was in 8th grade, seasonal depression like a crazy. So I usually roll in like half a day. I'd skateboard in the middle school, roll in half day. So what would happen is I'd hit intramurals and then into lunch, or lunch and intramurals. So I roll into lunch, no money, and, don't be fucking staring like you hear like I'm burning shit. I feel the judgment through your fucking glasses, dude. You know what I mean? So every time, dude, if I wasn't there, the lady would I'd go in the store like, is Tom here? And she'd bring me out double lunch because I never had the money.
Dude. Poor Tom.
But yeah, I mean, I always think like that hardening. How do you set that up for your kids? Because I want them to not. If I hit millions of dollars, I'd be like. Then I'd be worried about like how do I get them hard like me? How do I get them street smart like me?
It's such a balancing act. I think we've talked about this before, where like you want to give them better than you have.
Yeah.
But what is too much? Where's the balance that you just go like, man, I'm fucking them up? And you know where I kind of realized it. Not that it's really a bad thing. Was when we had originally planned to not go on a vacation on spring break, until Charlotte goes, where are we going for spring break? Like, she just assumes, since it's spring break, we're going away on a vacation.
Yeah.
And, like, we never fucking did that when I was a kid. There was no vacations, you know what I mean? So, I'm like, damn, this little brat, like, she's expecting it now. Like, like that, and it wasn't like an entitled, where are we going? It was just a norm. Like, oh, are we going to Tennessee again? Like, she asked, I like Tennessee, we're going to go back there.
Which also is cool, because she wasn't going to go somewhere.
And it's like, and I wasn't upset about it because she wasn't being a brat. It wasn't an entitled, I'm demanding this. It was, that's all she knows, is that on spring break we go away, and she was kind of excited about going away.
Ready for family time, man.
So right then and there, we decided, like, all right, we'll do something. We'll do something small. Called up Ashley about going to Union Hill, so it worked out great, you know what I mean? It was a vacation, but it wasn't like a big extravagant, you gotta drop $1,000 bullshit. I could do that every vacation, you know?
So that kind of explains. That kind of goes to the field trips. Like we were saying, like we're in control. Before I even go there, what are the field trips like now? So they go to the zoo. Where else do they?
I think it's the same shit.
It's the same
because
stuff.
I know Charlotte has went in her few years of actually doing field trips. She's been to Pumpkin Patch. She's been to the zoo. She's been to.
That seems like a field day, not like a field trip. That seems like you want to see some pumpkins. Like that seems like some stuff. Like you want to go right by the side of the road.
Yeah,
we can see that anytime.
They went to some play.
I wonder how hard it is for the school to let go and have the kids go do something.
So, I think field trips should change. I mean, I would love to see kids get exposed to some real things. I think the Bombay Hook thing is good.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids down here, they have that opportunity. Is it time? Is the charcoal ready? Straight up?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
All right, a couple more minutes. In the meantime, we're getting some bacon cooking.
Yeah, we're baking. We're hot there, boy.
That's real bad. Where was that sitting?
In the fire.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think
whatever.
So they're going where now?
But like, yeah, they're doing the same shit, But they actually, so it wasn't a field trip, something a little bit different. They had Little Farm, come to the elementary school earlier this week. So the kids got to go outside and see the animals and pet and ride the ponies and all that. I think that's cool. But like, how about take them to a working farm, right? Take them to a dairy farm.
Well, man, that's probably tough. We ain't dairy farm. Where's dairy farms
around? Middletown, Chesapeake City. There's
I think that the field trips need to be more like, if I'm teaching you this, and I always thought this kid, like, if you're teaching me this and tell me about it, why don't we go to it?
Yeah.
Like every not every chapter, but like if there was a unit or whatever, I don't know, like you get 3 chapters and then be like, okay, now we'll take a trip and go see that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lesson.
Because it's so hard to teach a kid unless they see it.
Yeah.
And then you can see like, oh, that's what you mean by okay, now I see the A, B, and C.
But it's also, I think it coincides with like the what you got.
I just feel like the airflow. I can hear sound, dude. I can hear it. You know what I mean? I can hear it.
The goes along with the education system needing like some revamping, and I think with that changing some field trip stuff. Like, so we're out here on the bay. What about meeting with like a local crabber, a local waterman? Ooh, you know what I mean, for the day, and have the kids see that, because these kids aren't thinking about whether they want to be a waterman or not. I'm not saying that's the greatest job for everybody, but there might be some maniac out there.
I would think that if you showed them that
just like, dude,
everybody would
fucking working on a boat. I'd love that.
Let's talk about that. If you were a kid, right, you and me as a boy, and you saw a crabber, you'd be like, that's the job.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the job, right? You saying you're on a boat every day, you catching crabs?
In a perfect instance is...
You learn it's not probably the best, but you're free.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're on the water all day. Yeah, right. There's some...
Why is that not sold more?
That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be something cool if they, did that, met with maybe different professions like that, right? And because a waterman isn't just a crabber, right? They're crabbing, they're netting, fish, they're selling to markets.
We start doodads field trips.
Yeah.
Partnered with the school.
Oh my
very few numbers, and then we show them real world field trips.
We know enough people we can make that happen.
That could be a thing.
1,000% we can make that happen.
Quick.
Yeah. If you're watching, you know who you are. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it's shit like that, or like, I don't know. And I know some stuff comes down to safety, but like, why not visit certain industries or trades, or see, like how things are made, right?
Yes.
So like, if you think about the shows, how things are made, or dirty jobs.
I show making that, and I think how cool is that he gets to watch a bunch. And when we were a kid, the best thing you could ever see is how it's made videos.
Yeah.
And they were rare.
Yeah. So field trips that like seeing and hands-on stuff, because there's always something you can do. You know what I mean? And there's always a learning experience.
Like, take them to the Lance, whatever you call it, the potato chip factory. Take them up there. So what they eat,
actually,
their snacks.
hers.
Yeah, the hers.
That was a field trip. I forgot about that one.
Okay, that
was the thing. Yeah.
That would make sense. Like, hey, you eat the stuff every day. Yeah. Here's how it actually gets made.
And
then here's a commercial farming area. Here's how your steak gets made.
Yeah.
They just killed that cow now. I mean, look. You couldn't sell that to enough people.
Around here, a farmer's thing would be good too. I mean, in the fall harvest season, and kids get to go see a combine, how it works, follow the corn, where it goes. You know what I mean? Combine picks it, dumps in the trailer takes it to the silos.
I'll be back there. I cook up some street corn.
Dude.
You know what I mean? If they get to see, like you said with the fish story, if they could see the product, or you can see the ingredients, the recipe, and then the product. You know, like if they could see the vertically integrated system to see how it all really happens.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see more field trips like that. Or even, I mean, we talk about and are interested in the things that we like. Yeah. I would love to see more outdoors.
That's going to be our field trips.
You know what I mean? Like, if you had an archery extracurricular that certain times of day, evening, whatever, you can go outside and we're gonna show you how to shoot archery, shoot bows and targets and all that stuff.
Because it's not even teaching you archery; it's teaching you patience.
It's the discipline.
It's the discipline, man.
Yeah, and practice. Yeah. You look at like the best. Speaking of archers, the best archers in the world, and they're shooting thousands of arrows a day.
Yeah, and what do? Like less than a penny size, and they have to get like what's that one they have to do? Like 60 in a row. They have to pretty much a penny.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you work on breathing technique. Like you can go
real deep into that. So like, yeah, you're right. It's not about the thing that you're focusing on. It's more. It's bigger than
none of it is, man. The podcast isn't. It's about the therapy, man.
Oh,
bacon.
Yeah.
Okay?
Bacon.
Which is cooking up nice.
It's cooking up nice. Smells really good. Man, people are gonna be jealous of our breakfast.
I do buy Wright's bacon just for the hilariousness of its Wright's. I mean, if they're gonna pick one, I guess I'll get one with my last name on it. Not this one. Yeah, I didn't see Wright's, but I do it. Yeah,
you gotta be careful. Let's not get flagged for copyright again. One of the reasons why we had the koozies because I was like, if they see a Keystone can,
will they? Is that a thing?
Would that be flagged?
What is the rules? Damn. Oh, I thought that was one pole. Damn, it's a thick ass pole. What do you catch out here? Other than mud?
Right now, perch, rockfish,
the perch, the catfish. I mean, you can get all the catfish I'm sure you want right there.
Yeah,
it's not that far out. It's probably not that deep right there. What do you think? 5 foot? 6 foot?
Depending on the tide, between 5 and 10. Probably.
Do you know? So, in case you don't know, we're at Woodland Beach, Delaware. That boardwalk was serious. My grandfather did his honeymoon here.
Oh yeah.
Honeymoon, son, when the boardwalk was for real.
Yeah, boardwalk, hotels, the carnival, and rides, and ferries, and all that shit.
The old lifeguards, the old heads, when I lifeguarded, used to tell me about Smyrna. Oh, Smyrna. Man, you used to have that place out at Woodland Beach. I was like, oh, you went to there? Like, oh, yeah, man. Like, you go in there and get in. Like, you just go there and close, man, all the beer you want. And I'm like, dude, because I used to be right there.
Yeah, I know.
I saw the pictures of it had rides.
Yeah.
It was legit.
Yeah, I got Pam a couple years ago for Christmas got me the Smyrna Clayton history book.
It's pretty cool.
Dude, it's phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
All the things used to be around and how
you can read about Stuart's grandfather in there about how he was bringing all those really smart engineers for that refrigerator and cabinet company. Like there were some smart guys moving in here, man. You can read about there's also the guy locally that does all the marble work, all the high-end art and stuff. I've talked to him a few times. No big deal.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's cast iron.
I got the same pan. I cook in it 99% of the time.
This got I won't say downgraded, but it's been moved down to a camping pot now. You know, it's kind of like my shoes. Like my shoes will go from they start from nice work, fishing.
Oh yeah.
Then they go to fishing.
Same thing with jeans.
You know what I mean? So that way I can go walk in the river and not stab my foot on hot rocks.
Yeah, you don't care about them. No.
That's what that'd be a nice trip. I wish we had like a river to take the kids to. Like something. I guess you could do the Brandywine.
Dude, camping. Why isn't there camping field trips for like high school kids? Well, I know why. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
or maybe the age you have to do young age, so everybody's not trying to grow up each other at night. But.
Well, then maybe it's a boys camp, girls camp. You know what I mean?
That's what we start outdoor. I know I need like. Dude, that's our job. We're gonna take our kids and we're gonna go out there and it is a field trip. It's like I'm thinking about Macon and I'm thinking about Ellie. Like everything that we do up to like probably to our high school, whatever. It's gonna be a first. They've never seen it like that. They've never experienced it like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like.
So then they know that driving on the road, going to the house and to a supermarket is not real.
Yeah.
There's a whole nother ecosystem. There's real like what you're eating. We can grab right at it comes out of here. It comes out of water. It's not in the grocery. Like we could go real time and show you how this works.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. That was kind of our dinner last night. So yeah, we caught those drumfish the other night. Cleaned them up yesterday. Had some drumfish tacos.
Yeah.
And Mr. John was nice enough to give me some stingray that he killed the other day. So, flayed up some of that stingray, fried her up. Had little stingray nuggets on the side. Super easy too.
Tell me about this. What are they like?
It's real. So everybody says scallops. I didn't get scallops out of it.
Yeah.
And maybe it was how I made them. I don't know.
Be regurgitating that stuff. That's part of that.
Yeah. But even he told me that, right?
Oh.
So.
Sorry, John.
But I got more of like a more dense, almost like a real tender chicken texture out of it.
Ooh.
But real white meat.
Real talk.
Real clean tasting. But no, all I did was flayed off the skin, cleaned it real good, got it in little chunks, marinated it in Frank's hot sauce.
Okay.
Soaked it all in that, then went right into a flour bowl, shook it around the flour bowl, dropped it in the oil until it was brown and done, and boom, dip it in cocktail sauce or spicy mayo, and down the hatch. It was good. Good stuff. So what were we at here? About money?
Yeah, we're about money. I'm gonna try to get a little heat on top of that, and then I can throw in. I'm gonna get the meat on the other side of the pan.
Let's go.
I want to kind of finish up at the same time, and then I'll do the eggs, and then I'll finish up with. See, they're steaming right now.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll throw that in.
Mother Nature steam.
This will catch I'll pretty much clean the pan up with this. We're ready to rock, son. Longest part is good bacon. You know what I mean?
Don't be sorry.
Look at these people though. Hold on, real quick though. There is people. I like that people are out here just getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's people fishing.
Just
There's
people
guys
fishing.
on the water.
Somebody's walking a baby.
They're probably going to get it in a minute in the camera. The big barge coming down the bay.
You got the smokestack, so you can kind of see what the wind's doing. That's
yeah. Out
and then Jersey right there, I can see sand.
It's a pretty clear day today. You can see it right across the bay.
It is nice out here.
Yeah, it is nice, man. So pretty soon we'll be out here crabbing. That might be another field trip.
That's
the boys.
So the next trip, why don't we get your boat ready and take the kids? Like
we should do a Dude Dad's field trip with Macon and Jerry. Go out on the boat right here and catch some crabs.
I got it. Yes, that's what we're doing.
We'll just do traps so the boys can just pull the traps.
We could have a Dude Dad's field trip like you can sign up for.
Oh.
You could do actual Dude Dad field trips.
I love that we're brainstorming like right in the middle of it. So people just
my brain will not stop.
You
gotta get it out so it's out and real. So then you're like, don't forget it.
Yeah, no, I like that. But no, we should do that. Maybe in the next 2 weeks, get the boys out. Just traps, make it simple. Jerry loves pulling the traps up, leaning over the boat, grabbing the buoy. You know what I mean?
There's always the dad, even when I was growing up, there's always the other dad that like you want to go out with, like, oh,
that
they
took
do
the
that.
kids to do
took
shit.
The kids like, oh, I had some dads when we were growing up, like Glenn's dad would take us out to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I remember when we first walked the railroad tracks for a while to get to a little pond to go fishing. I was like, this is awesome. We pulled the truck down the railroad tracks. I was like, this is the best field trip ever.
Dude,
like, this is like every dad probably has something cool, a little, something to offer.
Let me get to another breakfast beer. Oh my gosh, bacon.
Boy.
Shoot, if you could see that.
I'll be honest. I should have done it a little while ago.
That's okay.
We fucked up.
I mean,
dude, I always like from speaking of being the copyright of the Animal House when the scene where they like mess up the car and Flounder's like, my car is like, you fucked up. You trusted us. So I was like, saying, we're fucked up.
Yeah, they would see that if that wasn't our audio only fucking podcast. We had a setup too. Like if you guys could have saw at the bar, TV playing, Animal House, drinking out of red Solo cups, talking about college. Yeah. We thought we were geniuses. We had something.
We were willing to do it.
But we learned something. Now you know.
We're getting sexy. We're sexifying this. So deer meat about to get ready to go on. I want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
That's gonna be real quick.
I just want to make sure it all. See.
Oh yeah, you had to flip it. You had to flip it.
So you'll get like this different temperatures of steak here. You get a couple of crispies, couple of wellies, because I like a good just soft fat too.
Yeah,
I like it all. The thick cut bacon.
It can have a little chew to it. Yeah. I don't want Canadian bacon style. I don't want it to be pink.
Don't want it to be pink. Yeah. I just learned how. A lot of times with the bacon, I'll grab a pan, like a sauce pan, like a 6-inch or whatever. Cut all the bacon up and let it deep fry in its own fat. And then, because if I'm doing tortillas, I'm doing breakfast burritos because I cook breakfast for myself, Candace, and Rihanna. So I
every morning.
Every morning.
You're the fucking man.
I'm out there, dude.
It's like you got. I mean, that's
just something you do.
Awesome.
That's something you do. If you're out there cooking, and you got the extras, it takes 3 seconds.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're already cooking, but
that
you're making
changes people's attitude.
You're making
like
conscious.
breakfast sandwich. You're like, oh, thanks, man.
We did that. I think it was last year. Sharon, my brother-in-law, he's out mulching our yard, doing all the things, working. He owns a landscaping business. It's a Saturday or a Sunday. It's fucking hot. He's out there spreading mulch all over the place, and I'm sitting there on a griddle making breakfast burritos. And I'm like, hey man, come on over here. I want you to take a break. Have one of these burritos. I had a fucking one all folded up, crisped up on the outside for him on the griddle. And it was amazing.
I want you to know, I'm gonna hit it with the blend, just salt, pepper. I want you to know, I'm not gonna come in here and just be up in here just
like we talked about last week. This is I trust you. Yeah. I trust you with my meat.
I ain't gonna come in here trying to flick the holy trinity at
dude. Just spread it all over there and mix it all up with your hands. Yeah, there ain't no rules here.
It's just we're just 3 ingredients here.
Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna I'll go have you on one side, and then we're gonna put the cat back on.
And shake her up.
Shake her up. Put it off camera a little bit.
Yeah, man.
It's also tenderizing at the same time.
Dude, that's
So yeah, I cook. It's something I always did at Firefly. For like the first 6 years of Firefly, I always camped there. And the number one thing I knew is there's a bunch of guys that don't know how to cook. You always watch people that's like they're trying to. You can watch. I mean, obviously they're not sober, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you see them like, how do you work the charcoal? Because you see them lighter fluid. They don't understand getting a pyramid or a chimney. Like they don't.
Lighter fluid.
They never. Oh, dude, they're just
pyramid or chimney.
They already got the food on there and they're smoking it. I'm like, guys, come on. Let me just step back. Let me get out the way. Let me help you out real quick. So I trade it. What I would do, and I love meeting. You'd meet all kind of crazy people. Dude, Firefly. You good with this? You good with this right here?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So what I would do is I would cook, and because everybody's not from Delaware, obviously, I would cook scrambled egg and cheeses. Because people would get scrambled.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know.
So I'm like,
oh yeah. And because of that, there was a lot of trading later. So like somebody would come back and like bring me like edible cookies and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, thank you so much for that. You know what I mean? I love that kind of like the food.
Yeah.
Just a breakfast in the morning, like, man, just like it hits people's hearts, man. Like,
yeah. No,
you mean
I love breakfast.
Just a quick, like, I mean, we're talking people like I'm cooking, like it's early in the morning. I'm cooking, and people walking by, like, hey man, you need here's a sandwich. Oh man, thank you. And later on, you don't know who you hand it to, and later on, they come back like, hey man, thank you so much for that. Like, I really needed that. Here's a bunch of cookies and stuff. Share with your friends.
Phenomenal.
I got a whole nother story now about only eating half, but you know what I mean, that's a whole nother thing. Which is,
dude, another thing. So speaking of that, like, why? I mean, camping needs to be a thing. Charlotte has been camping a few times. She loves it. She loves fucking camping. That's another one. We should just take the kids.
I've been wanting to just in the backyard. Just to show making. You can do it regularly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
we both got big enough yards.
Ellie, and like,
yeah.
She'll be like, oh my god, that's what you guys are doing outside. I'm like, yeah.
Dude, we should do it. Even if it was just like a state park or something. Let's just take the kids. Go fishing, catch some bluegill, cook them for dinner. The boys would get fired the fuck up over it. Look at the bubbles. Oh, if you guys can see that. If you guys can see that. Hold on a second. You're gonna have to bear with me here. I'm gonna get this.
It's like I just caught some nice smallmouth bass, man. Just throw it on the grill and put campfire.
Deer tenderloin, salt, pepper, garlic, and the bacon grease on the back of the Chevy. Tailgate beers.
Come on.
All right, back to it. Sorry.
Very good.
But the camping needs to be a thing.
But they would only learn how to hand out a sandwich. Yeah. How important that little stuff is if you take them on those field trips. Yeah. Like, my son and daughter don't know right now, like, if you hit somebody that you don't know with scrambled egg and cheese, like, how that might change somebody's whole perspective on that whole day. Yeah. They might come back and like, hey, I'm also this guy. Thanks so much for that.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Hey, by the way, I got a VIP pass. I actually own this. Let's go in the back. You never know. You never know.
Dude, so, I love how we jump all over the place in this, because one thing's
it's all related.
So,
and we've been drinking.
I think I told you about the time last year when we talked about pig hunting, right? So we talked about that last week. this past winter, we're down there, and it was the hunting was rough.
You want a piece of bacon?
Some guys, oh yeah.
I mean, I just feel like we.
I mean, you have to pick some bacon. You know what I mean? You have to pick some bacon. Yeah.
Always pick as you go. I mean, respectfully.
So, hunting was tough. Found out guys on the other properties were running dogs. Had the pigs all fucked up.
That's tough, man. Dogs can move some shit around.
One of the last days we were hunting, we show up at the property in the afternoon, and oh yeah,
I mean we ain't going for a fucking well done here.
So we show up to the gate at the property. There's a strange truck sitting there with a dog box on the back. So we roll up in the Ranger, and hey, you know what's up? And they're like, we were running dogs, and the dogs chased a pig on your property, and I didn't want to trespass. And DJ, real cool dude, he's like us, where I'm not gonna fucking be a dick to somebody for no reason.
Yeah.
DJ's like, nah, man, go get your dogs. So we open up the gate. Hey, here's what we're doing. And the guy goes, well, look, man, dogs are on a pig right now. He said, you guys want to come and you guys can kill it? Yeah, he's like, we've already killed 2 today. You want to come kill it? Make a long story short, me and him ran with this guy, tried to catch up to the dogs, ended up losing the pig. But sitting there chatting with the guy named Shane, gave me his business card. Hey, man, I'm an electrician down here.
Yeah.
And we do this every year. We come, and he said, look, anytime you come down, give me a call. I'll get you on some pigs with the dogs, get you a different experience, let you hunt on my properties, And so we're going down in a few weeks. Texted the guy, hey, good, on time?
Not just a fucking. I had deer in a minute.
Texted the guy, hey, I'll be down this week. You want to run the dog? Yeah, give me a heads up, a few days. I'll get some spots paid. Just from being nice to somebody, taking the time, having a conversation. Now we got a connection down there, and the guy's great. Yeah, we need medium rare max.
Yeah, there you go.
So if anybody wonders, everybody has deer meat, and somebody hits you with I don't like it, it's gamey. That means the person that made it for you overcooked it.
Yeah.
Because any kind of wild game, you want to have rare to medium rare tops.
They ain't fatty.
No, and so the more you cook it, the worse it's going to taste. Now you let them rest.
Wait, hide those from the bugs. Okay, now.
And the bugs aren't even bad out here.
They ain't even bad.
Not even bad out here.
I'm a little stick, but nobody's shy.
You're going to add some butter to the bacon grease, and we're basically going to soft boil the fucking eggs in the pan.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second.
Oh, look. Do it quick. That way I ain't got to...
You got to cook all of it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's fucking go.
First off, I can eat 6 eggs real quick by myself. I mean, it's just eggs. It ain't nothing. It's nothing. Especially if you're scrambling.
Oh, you're scrambling.
Yeah. Yeah. You scramble them, then you need 32 eggs. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. So, since we're just here cooking on the truck, remember the trip to Georgia you and I took? So Tom, we had a business trip. We had a business trip to Georgia, to Atlanta. I flew. Tom's not fond of flying. We'll just say that. Tom's not fond of flying.
I had some other business afterwards, too.
So he drove his truck down. So we ended up kind of getting there about the same time. I got checked into the hotel. Tom gets in. It's 11 o'clock at night, something like that. This is not in Atlanta, on the outskirts, during the week, too late. Any of the restaurants were closed. Everything was closed. Tom's like, well, you know what? On the way down, I plugged a crock pot in to the truck, and I had a ham cooking in the crock pot in the floorboard of his truck. So this fucking spiral ham
11 hours
for like 11 hours in his truck with all these seasonings. I think there was potatoes in there.
You decoy flies.
Dude.
Away from the stuff.
That's smart. So we sat on his tailgate at in the parking lot of a hotel, and we brought the crock pot out on the tailgate. We had ham and we had tacos, because you had taco shells. So we literally made like ham tacos on the tailgate.
Yeah.
Like 11:30 at night on the outskirts of Atlanta in a hotel parking lot.
So, anywhere, anytime, it's all GTA game.
Dude, the crock pot.
We were looking up, so like, you want to go somewhere? I was like, and you were like, dude, you got this food? I was like, yeah, this is fucking Tailgate. Like,
yeah, no, this is good. The Tailgate ham came in clutch that day, though. The truck crock pot ham came in clutch. This is gonna be interesting.
Oh, dude, this
is gonna be interesting.
This ain't Daddy's first rodeo. Around the grease will go to the side, dude. It will cook.
Money. It's money.
Okay.
Then we got some peppers.
Don't need the liquid.
Tom's draining peppers. Dump it in there.
A little roast of fire.
Right in there. Done.
You know what? I also like this style of cooking. It's also like a clean out style too. It's like get in your fridge and like, you know, whatever you got a little less. That's why it's like you're gonna use all that. Yeah, I have enough. I just use the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
So let this thing fire up and you know what's great about all that fat in there? You get the good fat, and dude, I won't eat till maybe later tonight.
No, that's gonna fill you up.
You need the fat.
That's gonna fill you up.
That's one thing I learned about my diet, man. I ain't scared of the fat. Need the fat,
No,
and then I know.
Can't be, man.
If I eat like that happens all the time with chicken thighs. If I just eat chicken thighs, I'm like, I will murder 32 of these chicken thighs and be starving.
Dude, chicken thighs are
with teriyaki.
The best. The best. Chicken wings, chicken thighs.
So what do we do for the first field trip then?
Dude, I think it should be a boat day. Me, you, and the boys. We should. I think it should be crabbing because it's that time. So right now, talked to a crabber the other day. They're not potting. You know, a lot of them are sponging up. It's just that time of year, that time of the month. But no, I think you know, I've got, you know, I don't know, 15, 17 traps, something like that.
Okay.
We get them baited
trap
up.
style. Okay.
Yeah, just for the boys.
Well, that's great because we can sit there just down and then talk,
and the boys can pull them. They can get more into it, you know. And we'll just come right out here, and you know, literally right out there, 8 feet of water, 6 feet of water. And we'll drop some traps, and we'll let the boys play. And hey, look, at the end of the day, if we get a dozen crabs out of it, fucking awesome.
To think Macon would go on that trip, like, for his first time, like, you only get to, like, first, like, it's magical. The first spot, like, he's gonna imprint himself of, like, this is the best outdoor stuff. I'm pulling up the crab. I'm finally seeing the crab.
Yeah, Jerry loves that.
On the boat, man.
When I have the kids,
and to be that young doing it, because I didn't get to do that stuff till I was older.
Jerry's been doing it. Like, he'll probably won't remember not doing that. And same with Charlotte. And for that, like, I'm extremely thankful. You know what I mean? You know, Charlotte won't remember the first time she steered a boat because, you know, the same thing with, like, the whole process of, like, docking the boat or launching the boat. She knows. You're right.
She knows.
So one time we were out. This was like probably 3 years ago. We're out here crabbing. It was me, my buddy Matt, and Charlotte. Early in the morning, come out. I'm sorry, it wasn't my buddy Matt. It was his brother Rob. We come out crabbing. She's really young. She's probably 4. Yeah, probably 5. And we're coming up to the dock, and I'm like, hey man, you know, just grab that rope. We pull up, hop off, whatever, hold it. Charlotte goes, no, I got this. I'll take care of it.
Really?
And like puts her hand up to Rob. Goes, no, I'll take care of it because she knows what to do. You know, I mean, she knows if we get up there,
show off. She's like,
yeah. I remember that day she punked him. She like legit bullied Rob. He don't get on a boat very often, and he kind of got a little wobbly, like stumbled a little bit in boat rocking. And Charlotte goes, okay, sea legs.
Oh,
like, damn, she just rocked you. Just burned you with that, man. Like, okay, sea legs.
Now she's learning, like, locker room talk, like, how to talk some shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was funny. Like, one of the first times she, like, legit cussed was crabbing. We're pulling up traps, and again, she was 4 or 5 years old. She's pulling up this trap. Big fucking Jimmy crab in there. And she goes, man, that's a big bastard. Oh. And then she knew. She's like, oh shit, I should have said that. Right, I said, it's alright, it's okay. If it's on the boat.
It's on the boat, you get a few
look, big bastard, that's not the worst thing. She's not talking bad about anybody.
I thought you were say like an F-bomb.
No, that's a big bastard.
Yeah.
And her face just went like, oh shit, I fucked up. But no, you let that stuff go, you know? Let that stuff go.
It's beautiful out here. There's
Dude,
a lot of kids that gotta do field trips.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and another thing about a field trip is the one thing I do remember is like it's not a lot of time. It's very rushed. There's too many kids. So I think a lot of littles. If you had the little groups, they could be slowed down, focused. They could see more. So that's why like if we take just the 2 kids out, they get to experience. It's not like if you brought a whole school out here, like you gotta hurry and get them through.
Yeah.
Then you're thinking like a parent, like, all right, then we gotta worry about you gotta get lunches done. You gotta clean up, like
the scheduledness.
This is very scheduled.
So like, why isn't there field trips that are just play? Like, we're gonna go to this spot, right, with a pavilion and a big ass fucking field that's open to the public, and we're gonna for 4 hours you're gonna play. You're just gonna go do your thing, and we're gonna make sure you don't get hurt. Yeah. That's it. That's it. What's wrong with that field day? For letting the kids just be animals for 4 hours.
I think that if you did that more often, you could sell school better to the kids.
And while they're doing that, the adults are chaperoning, are here preparing a lunch on a big griddle or grill or whatever. Kids' lunchtime.
There's not enough dudes. I don't think there's probably enough people there to sell it or want to do it or or negative.
We have to do something. We have to figure this out, right?
We could certainly make this happen
because kids. And you've probably seen the clip of like, especially Jordan Peterson. He talks about, especially boys, how much they have to play, how much they have to move. We're
that's why we feel each other out. That's why we wrestle each other. Like we're always.
And we're not designed to sit at a table at a desk for 6 hours and just fall in line, right? Especially boys, they got to get out and just be in this area and just. Let's just go get bit by bugs and let's just roughhouse and let's get dirty.
I think it's a better way to learn. You're always, it feels like with school, you're rushing through the thing to learn the next thing when you never see the world.
Or it's just hurry up with math, we got to get to science.
Yeah.
Hurry up with science, we got to get lunch at.
But if you then why not take a trip, show them that math actually mattered. Yeah. I think that's the part they need to sell. Is like it actually does matter. Let me show you where it matters. Let's go meet a guy who's doing something where it matters.
It does, and Pam and I have this discussion a lot because she's a math teacher, and I never thought about it until she explained it to me. Perfect example is algebra. Who fucking likes algebra? No one. Everybody thinks I'm not going to need this. Everywhere. There's letters, right? Pam goes, look, stop thinking that way. Algebra is there to teach you how to problem solve.
It's for everything.
You're learning how to solve a problem, right? You have
critical
2 things.
Thinking.
Yeah, so it's like, oh shit.
Which is most jobs. If you have a high stress job, it is all critical thinking.
So I have things that I know, and there's things in that equation that I don't know, and I need to figure out the things I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's when you look at it that way, then it starts to make sense a little bit. You know what I mean? Come on. I think my arteries are hardening watching it. Come on. It does look good. You guys, man, it's going to look phenomenal.
I cook campfire, dude. I ain't worried about the calories. No. I always planned it, this would be the one and done. You know what I mean?
No.
See it tonight at dinner for a protein shake.
Holy shit.
If you're going to do it, let's do it.
Let's do it. No, you're right.
Look, we ain't going to eat all these eggs anyway. What's the matter? You know what I mean? I might feed some to the, seagulls. From lifeguarding, you learn you got to feed the land, too. The fish wash up dead.
Yeah.
You don't take that, throw in the trash, you bury it in the sand. You feed the land, dude.
Yeah. Well, them seagulls are all over that.
Oh my gosh.
They're
funny, man. I used to do a lot of seagull. This may sound weird, but I know some shit about some seagulls. And I'm going to tell you why.
I know they like French fries.
On a boring day, when you're sitting on the beach for 8-10 hours, the only thing I would do is social experiments with seagulls. And I would learn about them. Because it's your only friend out there, you know what I mean? Because on a foxhole day, you have your foxhole buddy, or you might be out there by yourself. So, like seagulls, they have different personalities. You have some. I would throw out food and I'd have an order of how close it got to me.
Yeah.
And you would see them check it, fly around, check it, then grab one. So this one so this next one has a little more confidence.
Right.
There's definitely a confidence. Right. Ones will just walk up, but if you turn your back to them, they'll definitely come get whatever.
No shit.
But you have different they're
opportunists.
Yes, they're very. and also there's some with more confidence. There's ones that will just straight up. It's like watching a human. Ones that have more personality just straight up walk up like, I'm gonna get that right next to you.
Yeah.
Because you haven't moved in a while. You haven't attacked the other guys that got the ones that are further away.
Yeah.
We used to feed them chew. They would eat like chew out of there.
Oh God.
The best. the best to do. See, we're just boiling out some grease. We're good. So, the best is to do is when you have your day off and your buddy's still working, and you go and you microwave some popcorn, and you walk out to the stand and you're talking to him, and meanwhile he don't even know the guy. You know, you have your other buddies behind the stand going, just shaking a bunch of popcorn out, dude. Oh, so many seagulls. Pisses the whole beach off, man. I mean, like, you're just gonna end up getting shit on and stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, dude, come on.
Look at that.
Get out of here.
Man.
Anytime.
If you're not jealous of this, there's something wrong with you.
Maybe we offer something to people, you know, just like, hey, you guys,
you hungry?
You're probably hungry, right? I mean, you do enough meth out here, you gotta be waking up like starving. You just fell asleep in the car for 12 hours, you know what I mean?
People
like,
on their beer,
you might need a meal, you know? That might be a thing. I'll come out here and cook for, you know,
look, man, you might save someone's life. That.
Breakfast food can do that. You know what I mean? I don't know dinners that save lives. You know, I know dinners that bring people together, but breakfast, man, that's the start of the day.
No, breakfast will bring you to life.
You know what I mean? Sure. I needed that, man. Thank you so much. People that, you know, a lot of people don't know how to cook. They don't know where to go to get good food.
So you mentioned Firefly earlier. You know, you've been to the majority of Fireflies.
No, I spent like the first like I said, 6 years camping there.
So now you're older.
Yeah. I want to do it still.
Would you take your kids there?
Yes. Karen was like, I don't know about that. I'm like, I would so take my kids there. I wouldn't go front stage with them. I wouldn't be out there going and getting it with them. But yeah, I want them to it's a great time.
So we took Charlotte a few years ago. She liked Walk the Moon. Oh, look at that bullshit. She liked Walk the Moon. She's all right. We're gonna take her. Kids are free. Sunday.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we took her in, and we had some people go, I don't know, you know, stuff that's there, the drugs and all that. But look, man, we all know the majority of everything at Firefly is good. It's fine for family.
You're not next to somebody hitting a key bump.
No.
They're gonna smoke some weed.
Yeah.
To them, it look like someone smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. And dude,
you don't go, like I said, you don't go up in the mosh pit. You don't go up in the mix.
No, that's the great thing about Firefly. Whatever you want, you can get.
Yeah.
If you want to chill in the back and lay down on the lawn, you can do that. If you want to get hardcore up in the mix, you can go do that. Whatever you want to do. You know what I mean?
It's like a little up, so you don't get a full saturation.
No, you don't want that.
I mean, this is a little bacon grease hot, boy. The hands are weathered. I can get in some stuff.
I saw a video the other day of somebody putting tampons in the pan to soak the grease up.
That is somebody just wants some clicks,
dude. That's a little much. That's a little much. I think
they make paper towels. They don't need all that. You know what I mean?
But dude, we took Charlotte there. The people loved her. We were in the silent disco, dancing.
Oh, dude!
She was all about it. All the people around her loved her. Everybody's, all the other girls are dancing with her, and just gave her the whole experience. I mean, did her hair up, had sparkles on her eyes.
See, and
the
where
whole 9
else?
yards.
You can't. Where else could you? How do you teach that lesson? How do you teach a lesson of if you're in a moment with other people in the moment? Those things just don't happen. You gotta be up in the mix for other cool people that are like,
dude, I have
seriously at the same level of thank you so much for bringing her. Let's make sure that she has a good experience.
And that's what it was.
That's what they want. The people want them to have a good experience.
That's exactly what it was. I couldn't have said it better myself. People saw her and were like, I want to give this little girl an experience. She's in the silent disco. We're on top of some Connex boxes, some shipping containers, on a balcony. Charlotte's dancing. All these other girls around her, like in a circle. I got a picture of her just getting down with her headphones on, and all these girls around, hyping her up and stuff. That's an incredible experience for a little girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like being hyped up, seeing all these things, eating some food. Dad, I want an icy. Let's go get an icy.
It's gotta be the craziest. It's gotta be the best.
But to think that there's parents that will be like, no, I don't want my kid to experience that.
They don't know what they experienced. They never went and experienced it.
And it's
they don't
crazy.
know they just know what people hear.
Because
they're just doing this. They're like,
no, but we're not. I'm not dumping her off and saying go survive for 3 hours. We're with her. You know what I mean? We're in control of her.
You're there to make the experience as well.
Yes. Yeah, we're in control of the environment. You know what I mean? We're making sure everything's safe, and she's getting a real life lesson. That's one of the parent.
That way she can go through life, seeing people.
Yeah.
On understanding people, knowing how to connect with other humans, and believing in other humans, and because she had that experience of a lot of positivity, so she can see the positive maybe where there's chaos. There's chaos in there,
there's a lot
but
of
she
chaos.
sees like in there the right mix. Dude, a lot of beautiful stuff.
There
happened.
was nothing negative about that experience with her.
Yeah.
We didn't see any. I've never even seen a fight of firefly. Have you seen a fight of firefly? It's never happened. No negative anything. No disorderly drunk people. None of that. It was just nothing but positive stuff. An absolute blast for her. You know what I mean? And
that's a good field trip.
It sucks. It is a great field trip, and it sucks that there's parents that will like deny their kid of that experience.
Well,
because they're afraid of the unknown. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy that that's like deer meat. That's like food. Are like, oh, that seems weird. I'm like, it's weird that you would say that.
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Mm-hmm. Is it weird, or is it weird when the big? I was telling Rhiannon this. I was like, is it weird that the big arm comes with 50 pigs, electrocutes them, and then the other arm pushes them right out? I'm like, isn't that weird?
That's fucking weird.
That's weird,
dude. Me going out.
Shore hunting's weird because
me going out with a stick and string or a piece of lead.
I'll show you weird.
That's not weird. You know, that's only been weird for about 30 years now, 50 years.
Yeah.
Right. Even if you want to push it 100 years, Industrial Revolution. Even if you want to push it to that, before then, you were weird if you didn't hunt. Oh, you were a fucking weirdo. What you got going on here? First of all, what kind of bagel is that? Everything bagel?
Everything.
Everything bagel.
Everything good.
Have you ever had the egg bagel?
Oh, dude, the egg, Asiago. Dude, the eggs are good.
I think the egg bagel is my favorite.
Yeah, they're all proper. What we got here? You gotta check how long you think you could hold that before you burn yourself.
There you got it, boy. Oven mitt.
Oven mitt.
Oven mitt.
Oven mitt to commit.
Set it on the grass. There we go.
Come on, son. Come on.
So, getting close to the end. About to eat breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think about today? What do you think about the first field trip Friday?
Oh, I see a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I could see a whole morph into a podcast. As far as
in the mix,
it is a new balance of what I think we wanted to do anyway, because we both had like outdoor channels.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have the mix. Yeah. This is a good practice of like, we don't have to jump into like we're in a duck blind where we got all the ultimate filming, all the ultimate audio. Like, let's just ease into we tried it. This is a test run for the mics. See how it goes, and the next thing, like, all right, we'll try it on a boat next. And it's just a new floor, And it's and
also
the kids, they're going to get the best. This is going to force the kids to have the best experience.
And you know what's cool about all this stuff? It doesn't matter who watches it. It doesn't matter anything. But in 10 years, 15 years, when Macon, Ellie, Jerry, Charlotte look back on it, when we look back on it, when Candace and Pam look back on it, and like, damn, look at the kids. Look at the kids having a time. Look at you and Tom talking about this stuff. Now we're doing it. So it's like this time capsule that we're creating that we can always go back and see. It's basically going to be forever, right? You've just immortalized our conversations. Yeah. You've immortalized.
It's easier to do now with technology.
Yeah, and we can immortalize experiences. I always tell people this about like Facebook. Like, I share a lot of pictures and experiences on Facebook, and the main reason is because the memories that come up, and I can go, oh my gosh, 13 years ago, 7 years ago,
it
2
humbles
years
you
ago.
Sometimes. Like that seems like yesterday.
Yeah, and it's cool to see that stuff. You know, we talk about crabbing. Perfect instance. This was like the other day. I had a Facebook memory come up, and it was like 3 years ago or so. And Charlotte and I were out crabbing at Woodland Beach. We caught, I don't know, 15 crabs. And it was just her and I. It was during the school week. I think she was still in pre-K, and we just took the half day, went out. Her and I just fucked around, caught some crabs, came home. We weren't worried about catching crabs. We were worried about having the experience, being on the water. You know, it was a nice day like this. You know what I mean? So like when I look back at that, it's like, oh, remember that? That was cool. That's awesome. It's like your own little photo album.
And she can see how she's grown.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So with that same thing, let me ask you this. When's the last time you watched a video of your dad?
Man, I don't have them.
You have none.
There's very few. Somebody probably does. So I bet my grandma, maybe my mom, might have some old VHS.
Like when's the last time you heard your dad's voice?
There was a video of him being goofy. I think it was a Christmas morning. And I know it was like a home video VHS. the big camcorder on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And man, you're gonna make me tear up. And that was it. So other than that, I don't know. I think that was, and I'm thankful we have some sort of technology to see those things.
Yeah.
But it makes me happy to know that, you know, we can lean into social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and immortalize these moments. So in 30 years, right, if I'm gone, there's something they could look back on it.
I think, you know, like our sons will be able to see who they are through us at that point in their age in life.
Yeah.
Like imagine if I could imagine if I could see my dad at 38 talking and see what he talks about, like a full length conversation, seeing what dad's talking about, you know, because I was a kid then. I wasn't an adult to analyze who my dad was, and I don't have even the older years, but thinking like all our kids will be able to look back and like, they can look back and be like, oh, dad was all about, okay. And then as an adult, they can look back like, okay.
There was a reason, right?
The more they understand about us, the more they understand themselves.
Yeah, and two, because you don't, when you're a kid, and let's just say there's a normal parent-child interaction, whether it's like a disciplinary thing or just a parenting moment, that's all the kid knows, is that you're the parent, there's a parenting moment. Like, do they really know us as adults?
Did they know what that moment was, or what it meant to them? And so when they're parents, they can look back like, oh, dad's son of a bitch.
Or just to see, like, damn, dad was just a dude.
Yeah.
He wasn't just like a mean asshole that yelled at me and told me what to do. You know, there was a reason behind it.
Now they can see like how hard it was to make that whole thing happen, you know?
Yeah. So, like, and people shit on social media now, but I think it's great because of that.
The good is good. The bad is bad. I mean,
what we're doing right here is so good because I don't give a shit if a million people see this or not.
Yeah.
And years from now, this is going to live on.
Yeah.
So, like, and they're going to look back and say, like, look at that field trip, right? And now they can say, like, oh, they really were intentional about taking us on field trips.
Yeah.
They were intentional about exposing us, because it's not just, hey, come with me because this is where I'm going. It's, I'm going to take you here and immerse you in this experience intentionally.
And I like that it won't be sold as some gimmick to get views, to be like a bunch of hand gestures and clickbait. It's just like, look, this is us being real time, real parents. If it's for you, great. See, if not, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah,
it's more for us.
Yeah, and that's super important, man. But
really, the camera just forces you to focus on your talk.
Yeah,
that's it. I mean, that's the good part about it. Whatever happens after the camera, whatever's happening behind the camera is happening.
Yeah.
But this forces us to have the intellectual conversation and reflect and have perspective.
Well, like, dude, things like, man, we should think bigger for like field trips for kids that maybe don't have the experience. You know what I mean? That don't have that.
We'll call it didn't dads. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh gosh! But no. So I look. Let's make this happen in a couple weeks. Maybe the next field day Friday, we'll take the boys out.
Yeah.
And I only say the boys because it's a smaller boat. We can't crowd it with 6 people.
My daughter's not able to go on a boat yet.
Yeah. How old's Ellie?
She's 8 months.
Oh yeah. So what the fuck? You know what I mean?
No, I do want her to be like some crazy redneck girl.
No,
I can't wait. Yeah.
And look, we could do a girls' day too. I don't want people to think like we talk about our boys a lot, but it's not because we hate women, right?
Yeah.
Well, one, I can only speak for a man. I can only speak for a boy.
Yeah.
But two,
they're first, and yours is older, but my son's oldest, so he's the one up in line right now. Yeah. He's on deck.
He's definitely on deck. Yeah. He's in the hole. Yeah. For sure. But he'd be good on a boat. I already got a life vest for him.
He's more like pissed off at like, you're doing cool shit on the boat without him. He's like, dude, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's rough.
I remember one time we took the pontoon out. It was a little rough, and I went out to go check the water and the scene. He was so angry
because you were going without him.
Dude,
just to recon.
Just to recon. He was pissed about the recon mission. I had to take him on the recon. That was awesome. I was like, all right, bitch, come on, man.
Well, let's fucking do it. Yeah. Yeah, and they don't know what they don't know either.
Yeah,
you know, they don't see the big thing.
He's fearless too, so you gotta watch him. I mean, he's jump off it.
God Almighty,
the boat. I am excited as a parent, and just as selfishly excited just to crab. You know.
When's the last time you crabbed?
Who knows? Been a while.
Been that long. Man,
I don't even know.
We do it a lot. We'll do a kids' day, then we'll do a serious man day.
I mean, yeah. When I lived at the beach, I used to be all over the water, man. I used to go pick my own mussels.
Yeah.
Go toe clamming, make my own clam chowder.
Oh my gosh, the clamming.
When life was good, man. You know,
back when life was good. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna wrap this up, build these sandwiches,
and piss all over this place, and
yeah, it's about that time. All right, good day. Let's go eat breakfast.